Hello Aries, this is your reflection reading for April 2022. Keep in mind these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. So I'm going to pull 5 cards for you to get an energy of what your situation is in the month of April, what's challenging you, what's supporting you, and the lesson that the situation in April is trying to ask you to learn, and the guidance for what to do to move forward. So let's get started. Okay, so bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Cups. Basically, underlying theme here is really about learning how to nurture and care for yourself throughout April 2022. And here the situation you have in this month is centered around the Four of Cups. Let's clarify this really quick. Oh, Queen of Cups again, Queen of Swords, and Three of Pentacles. So the Four of Cups, the energy of the situation is that you may have been or will be presented with an opportunity that you're not sure you can trust. Yeah, there seems to be, the reason why you may not be trusting this is that there seems to be you don't know that you really are being as, it feels like communication is going to happen sometime in April where you're being presented with an opportunity. And there's something about the way that it's being communicated to you that's making you feel like you can't trust the support they're saying they're going to offer and give to you. So this could be in your personal life, in, with your relationships, friendships, family member, or a romantic relationship, right? Or this could be in terms of work as well. So see where this may apply to you. It's a general reading. So, all right. So what is challenging you here is the Knight of Swords. So let's clarify that. Okay, so it feels like part of the problem of what's coming up to the surface as you're dealing with this situation is that there's something in the past that you haven't quite fully closed. This could be fears. Maybe this situation is triggering something, a past experience that it brings you back to, that initial experience created this this belief or feeling of uneasiness that you're experiencing now, that when it happened the first time to you, a similar situation, you hadn't fully healed and coped with that. You haven't fully closed that part of your life. So now it's kind of bleeding through and affecting you in your present life, which is making it difficult for you to see that there is this new opportunity, this new chance that's happening for you right now. So it's kind of like this is really an opportunity for you to kind of close out what happened in the past so that you no longer perpetuate the same cycles in this current energy. So let's see what's supporting you here with the Seven of Swords, which is a very interesting energy to be supporting you. So you have the Hermit, the Six of Swords, and the Page of Swords. So part of what is supporting you is this weird uneasiness. And I think the reason why it's showing up as supportive energy is because it's actually prompting you to reflect and not be impulsive. Maybe in the past, you would just jump on something. But this time, because you're taking a step back and you're being more cautious, it's allowing you to look at things from a more intentional space. So I think that's not necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, if you overthink it too much, you may close yourself out of a really good possible opportunity. So take this moment again back to what was challenging you. Use this as a lesson to really, or as an opportunity really to kind of close out what happened in the past that may be affecting you in this current time, and then choosing what feels like the best reasonable option, right? Because you don't want to, whatever you do, you don't want to make a decision based off of fear from the past or fear of missing out or just taking any impulsive decision. You want to make sure that whatever choice you decide to make, you do so from an empowered place. So let's look at what this is inviting you, what this situation is inviting you to learn. So the lesson for this is the Nine of Swords. Again, that could be anxiety, overthinking. So what it's asking you to learn is to, again, take a moment to reflect on what is being triggered and coming up to the surface, and use this as an opportunity to look at things from a different perspective. What did you miss in the last time that you had dealt with the situation? What other things need to kind of play out? Maybe you don't have enough information to really make a decision right now. Did part of the reason why the last time this came up in your experience was because, and maybe why decisions that were made in the past didn't work out as well for you, because was insecurities part of the scenario here, or did you realize that you have everything that you need? So really, this situation is coming up for you to kind of see things from a different perspective. Look at what you were resistant to trying last time and see why you were resistant, and choose the option that is more empowering and aligned with what you want, and not coming from a place of fear, not coming from a place of like, feeling like you have to make a choice. Which of these options that you can take really feels like it's coming from an empowered place. I hope that makes sense. So now let's see the guidance here for Page of Wands. Two of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Fool. So yeah, well, bottom of the deck, you have the Magician. So really the guidance for moving forward is really taking one step at a time, and making sure that you check in with yourself to be sure that every step you're about to take is in line with what you really want. And also taking responsibility for the decisions that you've made. So if previous situations in the past that this is kind of triggering you to go back and reflect on, were you blaming or other people or the circumstance for what happened, or can you look back at that old situation and see where you could have taken accountability and responsibility from it. Because while it's hard to do that sometimes, to admit where we messed up, at the end of the day, it actually empowers us to know that if we're the ones who messed up, then we're the ones who also have the power to, correct it or not make that mistake again. So really, take one step at a time. Take whatever inspired action that feels right to take. Check in with yourself. Make sure that you're holding yourself accountable, but at the same time trying to enjoy the situation that you're in, the experience that you're in. Because sometimes when we're in a good place, we may be a little bit worried about good things happening to us, if that makes sense. And then we end up self-sabotaging something that was actually really good. So try not to get too caught up in overthinking to the point that it becomes paranoia. Allow yourself to surrender to the process and enjoy the parts that you're in right now, and open yourself up to enjoying the moment, if that makes sense. Just make sure that you're checking in with yourself, and so that you're choosing from a place that makes sense to you. All right, so thank you for taking a moment to pause with me. If any of this resonated, please like, subscribe, and click the bell to get notified when new readings are posted. If you'd like to receive weekly readings, sign up to my mailing list. The link is in the description box below. Sending you my love. Bye, Aries.